Chaplain Erika, and I'm a priest at St. Barnabas in Scottsdale. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm a weightlifter at the gym when the gym's open, and I like to do puzzles too. So once in a while, a time comes along that challenges us to adjust our expectations, to adjust our outlook a little bit, to reimagine what we believe to be possible, to maybe turn upside down and inside out what we truly feel can be accomplished. Once in a while, a time comes along when we know things are changing around us. Summer's here, but it's totally different. School was totally weird and different. Church, camp, all of this is on computers and tablets and smartphones, and so that once in a while that we know things are going to be different, it's happening right now.
Hi, my name is Chaplain Holly, and I am a priest here in your diocese at our cathedral, Trinity Cathedral in downtown Phoenix. And my husband and I live in Tempe. We mentor a teenage boy. We are parents of a 12-year-old Labrador Retriever, and I'm so pleased to be with you today. Wanted to share a little bit about what we're doing here at camp this year. You know, once in a while, ideas come along that are creative in new ways. They're ideas that inspire and illustrate the world around us in a different light. Ideas that break open a new story and how the love of God can shine brightly in our neighborhoods, in our cyber communities, our churches, our school communities, and in the world around us, and even in our own hearts. And those once in a while ideas, they're taking form. They're being realized and shaped and built right now.
So that once in a while thing, well, really, it's all the time that God is creating people who are complex and generous and creative and artistic and inspiring and funny and challenging and amazing. They're all examples of God's great love in the world. All the time, God is creating people who hit snags, and they respond with sass, with style, and with soul. Those beautiful, clever, offbeat visionaries, they're you. Welcome to Chapel Rock and Summer Camp.
We don't despair when snags hit our lives, because overcoming snags gives us sass, and when we have sass, we get style, and style gives us soul. And having soul does not disappoint, because God has poured out love into our hearts through the Holy Spirit. This is a passage from the letter to the Romans, chapter 5, verses 3 through 5. This is the lesson from the Holy Bible that kind of sets the tone or the spirit for our entire week together. It's just a little snippet of words straight out of our family album. This week we're gonna share stories of girls and women in the Bible who are very much like you. Even if you identify as a boy, or you identify as a girl, or you identify as non-binary. These are people who experience snags, times and events in their lives that are causing suffering and pain, times and events that are more difficult. And what happens to them in these moments, told through their own eyes? We're going to share with you the stories of people who exhibit sass, people who are persevering, pushing through the tough times. We're going to share about people who have style, who exhibit character, who make us go, wow, that person really has it going on. And also about how these same people share their soul with us, their hopes and their joys. These beloveds of God who pour out all the love God has for us and show us ways to weather our own storms and challenges in life. So welcome to summer camp.
So in our first video, we learned some interesting things about Paul, but we didn't really learn too much about the source itself, about the letter he wrote. Now we're going to learn more about where this sentence about snags and sass and style and soul actually came from. So usually when I write a letter, it's for a specific reason. There's something I want or something I need to say, something I want to share with someone. Paul wrote 7 letters that are in our Bible. This one is the longest one of them all. He wrote it to, well, the Romans, the people in Rome, the people who were following Jesus in Rome. Unlike his other letters, there wasn't like a particular occasion for his writing. They weren't having a specific problem in Rome. He didn't even really have that much of a relationship with the Romans. But more on that later. So now these next 2 stories, they're about more snags in the stories. Remember, that's suffering. The snags are suffering or a quandary, a problem or a mess of sorts. Just like our last time together, we have a story about someone in the Old Testament, remember that's Jesus' Bible, and someone in the New Testament. That's the Bible that Jesus had written for us as a gift to us. This second pair of women is the Samaritan woman at the well, who recognizes Jesus just by his voice, and Hannah, who is so motivated to ask God for a miracle that she names her son after that very miracle. So let's go back in time and hear from the Samaritan woman and Hannah. My name is well that's a funny thing now, isn't it? I'm not really named in the Bible. You'll find me in the New Testament. I'm just known as the Samaritan woman at the well. So let's call me well, let's not. I'm around during the time of Jesus's public ministry. So here's my story. Because people might suggest I have so many snags that there's just no hope for me. Snag 1, I'm a woman. Women are not terribly highly regarded in my time or culture. Snag 2, I'm a Samaritan. I'm of mixed ethnicity and religion. I'm not Jewish, though I practice some elements of Judaism. I'm not really included in society. People are openly hostile toward me even. They don't like my culture. And with that culture and ethnicity and religious affiliation, it's like a big circle's been drawn around me, and it's a line that no one wants to cross. Another snag is I've been married often. I find myself wondering, is there any soul? Is there any hope for me? Or are these snags I just can't overcome?
Hello, I'm Hannah. And what is it with the stories of children and babies and not being able to have families? I kind of remind me of Sarah and Rebecca. You'll find me in the Hebrew covenant in the first book of Samuel, but I'm jumping ahead. I bet you wish you had learned that Bible song from Sarah now, don't you? Every year, my husband offers a double sacrifice at the sanctuary in hopes that I will be able to bear children. And every year, nothing. I'm so sad and I just don't know what to do. I'm in great pain and I feel that I've failed. In my community, having children has a great value placed upon it, and especially bearing male children. This is supposed to be the way my standing, who I am, is solidified in my community. So, the rest of the story. The Samaritan Woman and Hannah. The Samaritan woman at the well goes to draw water, and there is Jesus. He asked her to give him a drink, and she is shocked that he would even speak to her. But that's Jesus, right? Jesus does shocking things. The Samaritan woman at the well does come to have a name, and that name will be based on her recognition of Jesus as the living water, the stream that does not end, the well of life. She will come to be known in the Eastern Christian tradition as the Saint Photinai. She will be known as enlightened and brilliant, equal to the apostles in many ways. She will go to proclaim the Christ in Carthage. And Hannah? She goes on to do her own bidding. Hannah goes to the temple and makes her own request of God, and she vows that she will give her son over to God. She does have a son, and she names him Samuel, literally heard by God. The naming of her son, well, that really shows that she actually does have an authoritative role in her culture. Her song of thanks for the gift of Samuel becomes known as Hannah's song and is the source of Mary's song, the Magnificat. Photinai and Hannah show us two distinct things about God in our times of snags or trouble. God sees differently than we see. And God shows up and shows us things that we perhaps didn't see in ourselves. And that God is always listening to God's beloved. Hi friends, thank you so much for supporting my happy place and your happy place, Chapel Rock, and our summer camps. And we hope you will like our videos. Click like here. And while you are at it, please subscribe to our diocesan YouTube page. And you stay sassy, Arizona.